Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world. Hello, Genix.
Good morning, Dr. Abati. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Welcome back. Miss you looking dapper this morning. Rufai also looking dapper. Love this new outfit. No, I love this new look. It's like the Playboy look, is it? How are you this morning?
Playboy. Good morning, Oji.
How are you this morning? Yes, it is. It's inspired. You got inspired. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending with reactions trailing the federal government's rebuttal to international claims that terrorists in Nigeria are systematically targeting Christians for genocide, dismissing the allegations as false, baseless, and divisive, while revealing new statistics on counter-terrorism operations. According to the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, portraying Nigeria's security challenges as a targeted campaign against Christians represents a gross misrepresentation of reality that oversimplifies the country's complex security environment. Well, the federal government's rebuttal is coming after comedian Bill Maher claimed on his HBO show Real Time that the killing of Christians in Nigeria by Islamist groups is being ignored by the media and protesters because Jews aren't involved. Mayer cited statistics that Boko Haram has killed over 100,000 Christians since 2009 and burned 18,000 churches, calling it so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza.
I mean, the fact that this issue has not gotten on people's radar.
Right, no one's talking about it.
It's pretty amazing. If you don't know what's going on in Nigeria, your media sources suck. You are in a bubble. And again, I'm not a Christian, but they are systematically killing the Christians in Nigeria. They've killed over 100,000 since 2009. They've burned 18,000 churches. This is so much more. These are their Islamists, Boko Haram. This is so much more of a genocide attempt than what is going on in Gaza. They are literally attempting to wipe out the Christian population of an entire country. Where are the kids protesting this?
Thank you. Because no one will talk about it, so thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, I'll take a reaction. This person responding to Bill Tolu wrote on X, I'm a Christian, and I know violence in Nigeria affects multiple communities. While attacks do occur, the claim of 100,000 Christians killed is not verified. The situation is complex. Farmers versus herders banditry and criminal gangs impact all Nigerians, regardless of religion. Spreading inflated figures fuels misinformation and inflames tension. In a statement issued by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, he explained that extremist groups target all who reject their murderous ideology, regardless of faith, emphasizing that Muslims, Christians, and non-religious Nigerians have all suffered attacks from terrorist organization. The minister went on to highlight that between May 2023 to February 2025, Nigerian security forces killed 13,543 terrorists and criminals, rescued nearly 10,000 hostages nationwide, and secured over 700 Boko Haram convictions for persecutions. He also highlighted the recent capture of the leadership of Ansarus, a Nigerian affiliate of the Al-Qaeda terrorist group. I mean, this is a good data statistics that the Minister of Information has reeled out here. I'll take one more reaction to this story. Harry wrote on X, it's not to refute the claims, but a simple and logical question is, are these killings and violence happening? Yes. Then what is the government's response and action to curb or end the needless killings and safeguarding lives and properties? I mean, this is a pertinent question a lot of Nigerians will ask, and you know that that would be a fair question given all of the killings that we have even more recently in Kwara State. Yes. We've seen in Plateau State, in Benue. We've seen these killings. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to continue to close our eyes to it? Are we going to continue to negotiate for state police? Dr. Abati, did you want to jump in?
Okay, first. The gentleman comparing Nigeria to Gaza is very wrong.
Bill
It's a case of disinformation. And I think that the Minister of Information of Nigeria, Mohammed Idris, is right in saying that, look, this is not the case in Nigeria. Christians are not, targeted in Nigeria. Every Nigerian, if all of us, we're in it together, we are all victims of religious extremism, violence, whether it is Boko Haram or it is of any sort. But during the Buhari administration, this became an issue. When the United States Commission on International Religious Freedom listed Nigeria as one of those countries guilty of Christian persecution. Now, at that time, it was the Sultan of Sokoto who had responded to say that, look, we are all victims in this environment as a result of extremism. Boko Haram, for example, doesn't distinguish between Christians or Muslims. All those villages in the northwest and in the north central that are attacked by Al-Qaeda affiliates and all of that, those are Muslims that are also targeted. But the concern is about, okay, Southern Kaduna, you have Southern Kaduna issue, you have Leah Sharibu issue, you have the abduction of the Chibok girls, you have the attack on a church in Owo, you have attacks on churches in Plateau. So that was what was played up to make it look like it's only, Christians that are being targeted. But the minister is right to say that, look, there's problem of insecurity, violent extremism, insurgency, terrorism, which is also of international concern. So when the Commission on International Religious Freedom said Nigeria was a country of particular concern, they later removed Nigeria from that list. But there were articles written by Femi Fani-Kayode who was saying Nigeria was a hellhole. I think that was the expression he used for Christians. But the received wisdom now, the pervasive wisdom now, is that, look, all of us are in this together. And to return to your point, which is why the main submission is that Nigerian government has the responsibility to make sure that everyone is safe in this environment. After all, Section 14(2)(b) of the Constitution says the primary responsibility of government is to ensure the security and welfare of the people. And that is why when the government does well, as in the arrest of one Malam Ansaru and his chief of staff, Mahmouda, we praised the Nigerian government.
Yes.
But shortly after, we saw the story of Katsina bandits, being mollified by some communities. We have seen situations here where bandits are given chieftains in titles. I think the residual point that we can say is that the Nigerian government has a responsibility to make this environment safe. It's not about religion. It's about the right of the average Nigerian to the dignity of the human person and also the right to life of every Nigerian, whether they be shamanists or Christians or Muslims, whoever they may be. So to now say it's only Christians that are being targeted, no, we are all living in this pressure cooker environment called Nigeria. And government has a responsibility to protect us to the best of its ability and to continue to do so without fail.
Well said, Dr. Abate. Last week I was mortified when I saw those images that you just referenced, the images of these bandits coming out in broad daylight, negotiating with local government chairmen and security forces. But I want to take this Rufai, because I know you want to talk on the Bill Maher story as well. More on security now. A video showing Sheikh Ahmad Abubakar Gumi, a well-known cleric and bandit advocate, proudly decorating his son, Abdurrahman Ahmad, as second lieutenant from the Nigerian Defense Academy, has made the rounds on social media. The event took place on Saturday at the Nigerian Defense Academy in Kaduna, where they marked their 35th convocation ceremony on Saturday. Sheikh Gumi's son is following in his father's footsteps, as the Sheikh is also a former military captain in the Nigerian Army who also attended the Nigerian Defense Academy. The graduation was a grand event celebrating the discipline and academic achievements of the graduating cadets of all 72 regular course and postgraduate students. We did see this video trending, Rufai, and a lot of people were in awe that Sheikh Ahmad Gumi had a son this age and is following in his father's footsteps. But we know about Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, and he's been one of those clerics that have been negotiating with the bandits. These are the sort of conversations that we want to have and put on the table here. Should we continue to negotiate with bandits? Should these bandits be out there flaunting AK-47s and all of that, Rufai?
I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago, we had Sheikh Gumi here on this table, and these were the things we confronted him with. I remember we told him then that you're a captain in the Nigerian army, and you're taking sides with these bandits. And he defended himself. He said, no, that's not the case and everything, but we put the facts to him here. So when he makes the case and says, because the people have been marginalized, potable water not provided, hospitals not provided, that's the reason they do this. There is no justification for banditry. All of us have been hurt by this country. If I ask you, Oji, today, tell me what Nigeria has given to you, you will scratch your head to think of anything. So we are all in this together. And that's why the ignorance of Bill Maher. Anyway, I didn't take him seriously. The ignorance of Bill Maher.
Bill Maher.
You know, I didn't take him seriously because, see, in the end, Bill Maher is a comedian. He's a comedian that dabbles into a political sketch. I don't see him as an authority. And he's a comedian in the past that we have seen that he has that historical antecedent of smoking poli. So, I don't know, maybe the poli, he was said that he had smoked at some point. Maybe it's affecting Bill Maher.
So
that's why I don't take him seriously. Everybody's facing the scourge of insecurity. But I think the further thing we should now ask is it not an indictment on the Nigerian states that for over 10, going to 15 to 20 years that we've started having these insurgencies, it has continued, we've not been able to nip it in the bud? It's not the same in this country that we have former military top brass saying that it's going to last for another 20 years. Is it not in this country that we've seen people reporting to have a level of complicity in all of these security problems happening and they've not been brought to book? Is it not in this country that it's so easy for us to keep Nnamdi Kanu in incarceration? But bandits are having meetings and are becoming stakeholders in society. Is it not in this country that we, Dr. Gotabadze, we do Ashwebi and all of that to rehabilitate bandits? That's why a lot of people say the injustice is writ large. So we can say, yes, the government has made some strides against fighting insecurity, but it has also heightened. Oji, the other day, it was Kwara. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they said, really, it has started happening in Kwara. It's coming close home. That's what they are saying. So the government should not just put out messages to say, oh, let's stop this. We shouldn't just call out Bill Maher and, you know, a lot of this propaganda are spread by right-wing people and Christian nationalism in America. And that's why when I berate Christian nationalism, people say, what are you saying, Rufai? That's where this propaganda seep off from.
All right. I want to
we should also ensure that we do something to fight the insecurity. All
right, so I just want to highlight that on October 3rd, 2025, Nigeria's former Chief of Defense Staff and retired Army General, Lucky Irabo, will release a book titled Scars, Nigeria's Journey and the Boko Haram Conundrum, a book destined to change the Boko Haram narrative. I implore our viewers to grab a copy of that book. I'm just receiving that information now. Well, all right. Shall we head over to Edo State now, where the Executive Committee of the People's Democratic Party has publicly challenged Governor Monday Okpebholo, demanding immediate clarification on the recently announced $250 million agreement signed with the European African Chamber of Commerce and Industries. The PDP, through its publicity secretary, described the investment claim reportedly signed during a summit in Glasgow, Scotland, as a source of embarrassment to the people of Edo State. The governor, who attended the Edo State Global Investment Summit 2025 in Scotland, also met with indigents abroad. In his address to investors, he vowed that Nigeria is very safe for investment. Let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
Today, Nigeria is very safe for investment. The economy is growing. The World Bank, the IMF, have rated us very high. The president has been able to stabilize our economy. For years now, you can see that the rate to a dollar is stable. So that is stabilization. That is why I was quick to say, I am promising, Mr. President, today I'm even very happy to hear that we have over 2 million people in UK here. So I promise, Mr. President, 2.5 million votes. If any of you here can call your family back home to say, vote for Mr. President, all of you here, I know you have 1 or 2, 3 persons back home. 2 million people talking to 2 persons. How many is that? So we do the arithmetic at the end of the day.
Have you done the arithmetic?
Well.
I think it's about 6 million. But let me just take a reaction to that summit that he went to last week in Scotland. This person wrote on X, I don't understand the rationale behind this. That's the summit. Edo Summit in Glasgow. First of all, how many persons went from Nigeria on the ticket of the state? Cost of air ticket, hotels, feeding, and other logistics borne by the state, promoting Glasgow economy. And that's, a concerned person from Edo State. I'm sure you two, you are concerned and you're asking that question as well. But, the bigger question is about the investment that he said that he was able to attract. $250 million. Dollars. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just trying to look at the website of the European, African, of the organization that's looking to invest $150 million.
Okay.
It is, it's there. There's no announcement yet around, and it looks like an entity that's emerging. So it'll be great to see where they got $250 million from to invest. Now, the danger, and I think the PDP has asked a good question as the opposition party. Now, the onus is on the Edo State governor to defend, or at least as they've called for, to really detail the investment, because this is huge, $250 million. He's gone to Glasgow, and what we often talk about is when you go to all these, you go and spend state resources for all these trips, show workings. Let's see what you brought in. What they've said is, it's a 3 to 5 year investment plan. They would invest in things like agriculture, mining, human development, and all the likes. And in less than 1 year, for him to achieve such a great thing for the state is phenomenal.
Yes.
So we want to see the details of that, and we want to see the organization that he's partnering with for this great feat. I would not want to take it with a pinch of salt yet. I want Governor Okpebholo to justify, and share with us how this deal will work, where the money, how the money will be spent and all that. But I do think that the PDP should stay on this like a dog with a bone until we see the outcome of this. I'm saying that because we've seen at other times whereby we have announcements that prove to be false. And it's a big embarrassment to us as a nation. And we've even seen what's happened in Japan as a result of that. They've literally, it had a ripple effect on the African community in Japan. We saw what happened in Dubai when we announced, hastily the ban lifted. So it's important for us to not just have, to promote propaganda by announcing these investments that do not make any sense or is not true. But if it's true, kudos to him. But I think we need to see the details of that. Yeah. If you check the organization, it doesn't look like.
Yes.
But
so we want to know what he's going to use the $250 million. We're going to get a response from the Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo. Well, in another development, activist Precious Oruche, popularly known as Mama P, was detained over the weekend by the police following a viral confrontation with the factional national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, at the Abuja airport. The incident began when Oruche, a non-obedient movement figure, allegedly accosted Abure, accusing him of frustrating Nigerians and destroying the Labour Party.
Are you not Julius Abure? So what are you not doing with the Labour Party? Police, they find you the entire aeroplane. Police, they find you. Is that not Julius Abure? Are you a good key? We retire you, man. Are you not Julius Abure? Police is looking for you. You don't destroy the Labour Party, the entire aeroplane. No, book you all of you now. Excuse me. And you know me. And you asking me for man. Excuse me, sir. You know me. And you asking me for man. Like you can decide your head. Wait. See that Benin you go. If you get to Benin, tell me are you man. That's Julius Abure. That's Julius Abure. You don't know him. That mother. Madam, ruin our chance. Excuse me. You are coming to enter. Okay, you don't know. I know. I don't.
Well, this video went viral. The situation reportedly escalated upon arrival at Benin Airport, where Oruche claims she was assaulted by a group of men loyal to Abure, while the Abure-led faction claims Oruche's actions were an unprovoked assault and part of an assignment to accomplish the desires of her paymasters. A circulating video later confirmed that Oruche has since been freed. Meanwhile, the factional Labour Party National Publicity Secretary, Abayomi Arabambi, over the weekend issued a combative press statement demanding the immediate arrest of Precious Oruche, accusing her of assaulting the party's national chairman, Julius Abure, at the Abuja airport unprovoked. Arabambi claimed that Oruche's unprovoked attack is a plan by the obedience to destabilize the nation and stage a coup d'etat against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He also called on the Inspector General of Police to arrest Dr. Tanko Yunusa for treason and place Peter Obi on a national security watch list. Additionally, he suggested that Oruche's husband should seek a refund of her bride price due to what he described as her loose morals and enslaved life as a political instrument.
The attacker, Madam Precious, a large-scale disgrace to womanhood, a large-scale disgrace to her husband and children, continue a negative vituperation all through the duration of the flight. We wish to call on the Inspector General of Police to arrest Dr. Tanko Yunusa for treason and incitement and transfer Mrs. Precious Onuche case to Abuja for contrary of coverage of peace and placing Mr. Obi on a security watch list as is known to have been demarketing Nigeria and calling for war, destabilization as it happened in Nepal.
Since Mr. Obi is calling for war, Dr. Bati, okay, over to you on all the stories. Just
very quick comment before I go to this on Senator Monday Okpebholo going to Glasgow, Scotland, to look for investors. But the investors he was purportedly talking to were mostly people from Edo State. Now, I think there's some confusion here. Was he looking for investors or was doing gerrymandering? Because he was telling his audience that he will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's going to look for support in Glasgow.
It's part of the investment.
And he said he will they should talk to their people at home. Now, they now said he signed an agreement with a group, also made up mostly of Edo State people, who are in various parts of Europe, of up to $250 million. The PDP executive in Edo State has every right, every reason to ask for the details, so that $250 million that they are talking about, we will not hear later that the Okpebholo administration spent an additional $250 million to look for investment of $250 million. Right. So clarity is very important.
Very important.
Yes. Okay.
Now, Arabambi.
Now, as for Dr. Arabambi, I think what is shown here is that, look, there's division, most unfortunately, in Labour Party. And that division has not yet been resolved. You had Dr. Tanko Yunusa on one side, writing about Mama P. you call her, Precious Oruche, who attacked Julius Abure in Abuja, attacked him also when they arrived at the Benin airport, and went to the police to report that thugs, who she described as Abure's agents, brutalized her, only for the police to detain her. She was the one, it was the complainant that got detained. So, you know, there's some untidiness there. So, Tanko Yunusa now, you know, went on social media to say she has been arrested. Then Abayomi Arabambi issued a statement yesterday saying Mr. Peter Obi should be arrested for treason. Yunusa Tanko should also be arrested. Peter Obi is demarketing the Labour Party. In fact, the funniest part of it, he said in the statement that he distributed that Precious Oruche's husband should ask for his bride price back. I don't know what bride price has got to do with Labour Party politics. There's a lot of comedy here. But it's most unfortunate that a party that emerged ahead of the 2023 election as a platform for Mr. Peter Obi and that galvanized a lot of young people to ask for change, to ask for progress in Nigeria, has now been reduced to the level of, who is in charge, who is managing what money, and that confusion, I think, is what is most disturbing. However, Mr. Peter Obi himself looks like he's moving away from Labour Party. He's going to the ADC or another platform whatsoever, but that a party that once represented a platform of hope has now been reduced to this level by the gladiators within the party. And we don't even know who the spokesmen are. There's one spokesman on this side, there's another. And Mr. or Doctor, everybody is a doctor in Nigeria now. You know, Abayomi Arabambi, you know, he's so energetic in trying to fight the other party. I think that, you know, all these gladiators in Labour Party, for the sake of the platform itself, should find a way, you know, of making peace and coming together. Because when you look at the bottom of it, it's always about money. Somebody took money, somebody did not take money, somebody didn't do that. I think it's unfortunate.
Right, well said, Dr. Abati. Shall we now head over to Ebonyi State?
And please, Precious Uruche's husband should not listen to.
Of course. Is she married? Do you know?
He says she's married.
Speak up for the women. Why is it that every time a woman comes out to say something, they say, go and meet her husband and her children? Let us not always define a woman by her marital status. When a man does anything, they don't say, go and look for his wife and his children. They should return bride price. This is 2025.
And with you, we don't even need to advise. If she's married, or I don't know if she's married, any man that because Arabami say withdraw the bride price, that he does, he's not fit to marry Precious in the first place.
All right, I don't know what bride price has to do. I think that
I was wondering.
she deserves an apology with that, actually. Well, shall we now head over to... Well, I've asked for one.
Arabami is catching cruise. Go ahead,
I've asked for one. Well, let's head over to Ebonyi State now, where in a passionate speech over the weekend, the Minister of Works and former Ebonyi State Governor, Bill Maher, told his supporters that Ebonyi State will support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's re-election in 2027. The minister made the comments during the Ohanivo New Yam Festival, where he declared that there is not a single obedient or Peter Obi supporter in the state, despite Peter Obi defeating President Tinubu in the state in 2023. Let's take a look.
I'm addressing those that do not understand what is going on in Southeast. I'm addressing those who have occupied the social media. I've told them, Ebonyi State, we are not obedient people. Not be so. No. We have been so marginalized that we are no longer obedient. Not be so. No. But it is the man that has given us sense of belonging. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, let no obedient come to counter Ebonyi State and say this state belongs to. There is no obedient person in Ebonyi State. No be so. Anybody will say Tinubu no go run again. Holy Ghost. What we have is to return the good things that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done for Southeast and for Ebonyi State when the time comes. No be so. We will not be deceived again. Because the last election was a mistake. But we have come to be wiser. No be so. Tinubu, Tinubu, Tinubu kaike so. One jeje onana. Tinubu kaike so. Francis, Tinubu, Tinubu kaike so. Thank you very much.
Let me translate. Tinubu Kangeso. It's Tinubu that we are going to follow. Tinubu Kangeso. Ayo, is this a campaign or
what a politician would do? He's gone to support his principle. And I said that INEC should come and prosecute or send this man for punishment. What is the punishment for early campaigns? Because we talked about this just a few weeks back around the fact that campaigning season is not yet, it's not yet campaign season, but there are people who are openly campaigning for their preferred candidates for 2027.
Your Edo governor went to Glasgow.
No, territorially, so he was in another.
So he can campaign in Scotland, not in...
So for him, it's different.
All of them. Because when they say they don't know these people, they are acting as surrogates. We can see their faces now. These are prominent men. But he's gone out to say that, and I think, like we often always say that, it's the people that will determine who they want to vote. I think it's an inaccurate and false statement to say that there are no obedience in Ebonyi State. It's not empirically correct to say that where his facts. I mean, he's speaking, like I said, like a politician. He's going to campaign for his principle, but I do think that we need to clamp down on this campaign, this flagrant abuse of our electoral laws. We just flout the laws. Nobody cares. Nobody does anything. It's just there, just as a guide or for decoration. When our own politicians, a former governor in his own right, a current minister is flouting the law.
You know what shocks me is the fact that he's busy in Ebonyi. Bini Warri Road is very bad. He's been in a deplorable. He will never campaign about things like that. They will never face what they are supposed to do. It is campaigning for election and doing all sorts. Now you are saying there's no obedience. But at first, it's not even a shame on Umahi that they beat you in your state as a serving governor. You were in a certain political party. You couldn't deliver your man. They beat you blue-black in your states.
All right.
Then you're not coming to say that obedience have nobody in the state. But they beat you in your state. So you should go and face the roads. There are many roads that are left undone in the country. Right. Bini Warri Road, deplorable condition. Big tanker roll over and that. You should go and, there are roads. You should go and do roads. Go and work on roads.
All right. So that was during the New Yam Festival. It's always fun to watch. I mean, it's always fun to see these sort of festivals happen in our country. And that song New Yam season. I mean, love that. But he said that he doesn't want Ebonyi people to make the same.
Women are not allowed to eat the yam first. Yeah, your point about women. No. If a woman touches the yam first, the men will walk out.
Okay, really? I don't know about that one, but sure.
You don't know?
Yeah, you're teaching me now. I'm sure I'm learning.
New Yam Festival. It tastes better in the mouths of men. That's what they say the culture says.
I'm eating New Yam. I'm eating New Yam. But congratulations for the New Yam Festival. But like I said, he said that the Ebonyi State is not going to make the same mistake he made in 2020.
So it was a mistake that they beat him blue-black while he was serving governor.
Well, all right. Shall we take our good news report now? Celebrating Nigerian teacher Seyi Anifowoshe, who has officially entered the Guinness World Records for convening the largest gathering of teachers in history. This remarkable achievement was accomplished at the Let There Be Teachers Conference 2025, held on September 20th at the Tafawa Balewa Square in Lagos. The historic conference brought together thousands of educators from across Nigeria and beyond, creating an unprecedented gathering that has now been officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest teacher assembly ever recorded. Anifowoshe's vision to unite teachers on such a massive scale demonstrates the power of educational advocacy and professional solidarity. The Let There Be Teachers Conference 2025 not only broke records, but also provided a platform for educators to share knowledge, discuss challenges, and celebrate the teaching profession. The event showcased Nigeria's commitment to education and highlighted the crucial role teachers play in national development.
We gathered not as strangers scattered by distance, but as a people bound by one truth: teachers matter. Dear teachers, this conference is for you. You are not invincible. You are not forgotten. You are the soul of our nation. You are the silent architect of the world. You are the galaxies moving among men. You are not just teachers, you are revolutionaries. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is OjyOkpe, and I'm proud to say I am a teacher. Let there be teachers. We are the future. We raise the nation. Let there be.
What an amazing feat. Congratulations. Ifowoshe's record-breaking conference sends a powerful message about the value and importance of teachers in our society. By bringing together the largest gathering of educators in history, he has created a movement that will inspire teachers across Nigeria and around the world. Huge congratulations. Rufai, I know that you are part of it. 30 seconds.
Yes, so I do a lot of work with 1 million teachers. Akil Suba and Rizma are the founders,
Yes.
very good friends. And they've also helped me deploy teacher training at the Oseni Center in Odobolu. And the whole process was just to be able to have a day to celebrate teachers. You know, the ideology is, they say a teacher's reward is in heaven. No, we want to make it on earth.
Yeah. On earth.
And what we did was, after publicity and all of that, we gathered over 5,000 teachers. Normally we said about 60,000, but we couldn't get 6,000. So we gathered about 5,000 teachers, and we broke that record. And Ifowoshe really powered it and led every teachers and 1 million teachers.
Fantastic. This is beautiful. A teacher's reward is right here on earth.
Teachers are the backbone of a nation.
Every nation.
It's for government to invest more in the education of our children.
Fantastic.
Because in doing so, you build the future.
Fantastic. I'd love to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on what's trending. And kudos to all the teachers around the world. Well, that's all I have for you guys on what's trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.